The free trade agreement between member countries of the Eurasian Economic Union and Iran will enter into force on October 27th. The EAEU member countries will have access to the Indian Ocean and the Middle East.
The free trade area is a great chance for Iran's economy to return to its previous level. According to the new agreement, tariffs on some goods will be reduced, while zero tariffs will be introduced for other products. Such indicators will be clearly beneficial both for Iran and our partners. The reached agreement shapes trade rules between the EAEU and Iran. Iran's share in Kazakhstan's foreign trade amounts to nearly 1.5%. The parties plan to increase these indicators.
Будет возможность построить железнодорожный, настоящий железнодорожный.
There will be an opportunity to build a railway connection between the East and the West, specifically from the Caspian Sea to the coast of the Persian Gulf and the Sea of Oman. This will reduce the trade route by several thousand kilometers and also lower the cost of products.
Несколько тысяч километров и также снижает расходы на этих поставок.
Products will be exported to the EAEU member countries via sea borders of Kazakhstan. Experts said that Kazakhstan is expected to have the highest GDP growth as a result of cooperation between the EAEU and Iran. As part of the EAEU, Kazakhstan can make more than $500 million on trade with Tehran. In Japan, the number of victims from Typhoon Hagibis reached 66. Over 200 people were injured, while 13 went missing. The typhoon caused heavy rains. As a result, rivers raised and dams were destroyed. Nearly 10,000 houses were flooded. The natural disaster hit Japan last Saturday. In Barcelona's El Prat airport, clashes broke out between the police and supporters of Catalan independence. Approximately 56 people need the medical treatment. 67 flights have been delayed. The police used tear gas to disperse protesters. Demonstrators demand the release of 12 Catalan leaders who were arrested after an independence referendum. Ecuador has regained its peace after 2 weeks of protests against austerity measures. The country's president said that transport, economic activities and schools restarted. On Monday, the president repealed his law on reduction of fuel subsidies. As a result of the protests, 8 people were killed and nearly 1,200 were detained. Trade turnover between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan amounted to over $1.6 billion in the first 7 months of 2019. The parties plan to reach $5 billion by 2020. Reconstruction of the Konusbayev customs clearance will contribute to the increase of mutual trade. As a result, the capacity of the customs clearance will rise from 200 to 1,000 cars per day. Trade turnover between Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan has increased. This is one of the main transit posts to Uzbekistan. There is only one inspection complex at the customs clearance. We plan to have 3 such complexes. The inspection complex is an X-ray machine which checks the cars. The number of lanes will increase as well. We plan to add 2 exit and 2 entry lanes. As a result, there will be 3 exit lanes and 3 entry lanes. Researchers study the economic, environmental and social impacts of the Aral Sea on the Central Asian region. Results of the works were published in a special collection. Experts highlighted that they have been monitoring and analyzing the sea for 2 years. In total, 60 scientists have contributed to the scientific publication. Half of them are specialists from Central Asia. The scientists have come to a conclusion that restoring and preserving transboundary waters of the Aral Sea basin is of great importance for ensuring sustainable development and socio-economic prosperity of the region.
Due to the Kazakhstan efforts for the North Aral Sea, we have restored on the northern part to a very large extent, nearly 70 to 80%. It is not easy to restore the entire Aral Sea. This needs quite inter-regional efforts.
Елордада онкологиядағы дүниежүзілік көшбасшылар саммиті басталды. Бұл орталық Азияда және ТМД елдері арасында жоғары деңгейлі алғашқы шара болып отыр. Соңғы 10 жыл бойы Қазақстан халықаралық обырға қарсы одақтың мүшесі болып келеді. Елімізде жыл сайын 35 мың адамнан қатерлі ісік анықталады. Қазір 180 мыңға жуық науқас есепке алынған. Былтыр ғана дертпен күресу үшін 4 жылға арналған кешенді жоспар әзірленген. Оны жүзеге асыруға 35 миллиард теңгеден астам қаржы қарастырылған. Алдағы жылы Қазақ ұлттық онкология және радиология институтынан 54 маман оқып шығады.
Наши специалисты сейчас обучаются и в Америке.
Біздің мамандар Америка, Еуропа елдері мен Кореяда біліктіліктерін арттырып келеді. Соңғы уақытта Франция мен Италия мемлекеттеріне оқуға жіберіп жатырмыз. Бүгінгі өтіп жатқан саммитке Американың 2 онкологиялық орталықтарының басшылары қатысуда. Біз шетелдік әріптестерімізбен ынтымақтастықты жалғастыруға қатысты меморандумдар жасайтын боламыз.
В дальнейшем сотрудничестве.
Былтыр қатерлі ісік ауруы әлем бойынша 9,6 миллион адамның өмірін қиды. 18 миллионнан астам науқасқа обыр диагнозы қойылған. Айта кетейік, 17 қазанға дейін жалғасатын саммит жұмысының барысында бірқатар келісімге қол қойылады. Жалпы бас қосуға 70 елден 350 делегат қатысуда.
Films, TV series and programs of Khabar Agency were showcased at the world's entertainment content market. The Khabar Agency stand attracted the attention of participants who arrived from all over the world. Some of the visitors were familiar with the TV content of the agency, while others were introduced to the TV programs for the first time. Khabar arrived for the exhibition to offer its own premieres.
Наша задача не только выбрать.
Our goal is to both find the unique content for our viewers and to offer and distribute our content all over the world. There is interest in our content. Some of the TV companies and broadcasters have asked recommendations from us on how to promote their content. Meanwhile, Kazakh TV, which is part of Khabar, will broadcast in Armenia. This was concluded by the agency's management team. Kazakhstan's first satellite channel broadcasts in 118 countries in 5 languages at the same time. The target audience is international viewers who might be interested in history, culture and nature of Kazakhstan. Cooperating with a big distributor, the agency plans to broadcast its content in Armenia via cable and satellite networks. Kazakhs and Armenians have always been close to each other. A lot of Armenians live in Kazakhstan. Some of them returned to their historical homeland from Kazakhstan. I think they will gladly watch our content.
Берлин базар көрмесінде алғаш рет қазақстандық бұрыш ашылады. Тиісті келісімге Германия астанасында қол қойылды. Бұл халықаралық шара аясында отандық сәнгерлер мен қолөнершілер өз өнімдерін қалың жұртшылыққа ұсына алады. Ұйымдастырушылардың айтуынша, Қазақстан биыл хендмейд бұйымдарын қоюмен қатар отандық дизайнерлердің көрсетілімінде өткізуді жоспарлап отыр. Ал халықаралық көрмеге қатысушыларды іріктеу үшін сарапшылар кеңесі құрылған.
В Казахстане очень много различных направлений.
Қазақстанда дизайн мен киім тігу бойынша өте көп бағыттар бар. Бұл былғардан жасалған бұйымдар, ағаш бұйымдары, экологиялық киімдер, этно киімдер өндірісі. Сондықтан отандық өнімдерді барынша кеңінен көрсету үшін бірнеше саланы таңдап алмақпыз. Көрме арқылы елімізге келетін саяхатшыларды да көбейтуді көздеп отырмыз. Көбіне осындай алаңдарда тауарларды сатып алған кезде қай жердің өнімі, қалай, қандай технологиямен жасалған деген сұрақ көп қойылады.
Произведено как, по какой технологии?
Айта кетейік, Берлин базар 50 жылдан бері өткізіліп келе жатқан ең ірі көрмелердің бірі. Ол жыл сайын ұйымдастырылады. Халықаралық шараға 60 елден 500-ден астам компания табиғи косметика, ағаш сувенирлерінен бастап эко киімдерге дейін өз өнімдерін қоя алады. Nur-Sultan hosts a unique exhibition dedicated to the 205th anniversary of great contemporary poets of their time, two legends of one era, Lermontov and Shevchenko. Both Russian and Ukrainian well-rounded creators were born in the 19th century. They were outstanding poets, freedom fighters, and talented artists. The exhibition shows the most interesting exhibits, such as graphic and picturesque works, as well as portraits and sketches drawn by Lermontov. A few portraits of the poet's lifetime have been preserved. 6 portraits are presented at our exhibition. Of course, they are copies. Nevertheless, the exhibits are of great interest to a broad audience. The Golden Man exhibition showcased in different museums of the world has been closed in Ankara. The cultural event, held as part of the modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program, has coincided with the 96th anniversary of the Turkish capital. In 1 month, more than 50,000 people visited the exhibition, opened in the country's second largest museum. Over 200 paintings of the National Museum of Kazakhstan were presented as well. Experts said that the exhibition has breathed a new life into the city and triggered a new perception on the Turkic culture. Residents of our city looked forward to the exhibition, which gave a unique opportunity to see all the historical heritage of the Turkic people. It's very important for me to know the history. The Golden Man arrived in our capital for the first time. We will further take part in the organization of such events, both on national and international levels. We have read about the Golden Man only in books and have seen it only on paintings. We have managed to see it thanks to the exhibition. Seeing the exhibits, we could understand that our ancestors evolved actively despite being nomads. People's artist of Kazakhstan, Roza Rymbayeva, gave a solo concert in Tashkent as part of the Year of Kazakhstan in Uzbekistan. A Kazakh famous singer performed her old popular songs and the new ones as well. The concert of Roza Rymbayeva was held with support of the Kazakh Ministry of Culture and Sports. The main goal is to strengthen cultural relations. We are more than neighbors since we have similar traditions, and we are fraternal nations. We have to cooperate and support each other. Our countries will become close thanks to these events and concerts. Roza Rymbayeva's creativity has earned the love of not only Kazakhs but also the foreign public. She has been singing on prestigious stages of Japan, Russia, Turkey and Belarus. Kazakh musicians living in different countries have gathered to give a performance in Paris. Pianist Aygerim Matayeva has come up with this idea. She invited opera singer Azamat Jilturguzov from Nur-Sultan and violinist Yerjan Kulibayev from Spain. The program included works of European classical music and songs of Abay. Meanwhile, the concert has joined the program of the Kazakh Cultural Season, held in France for the second time.
Ils sont toujours magnifiques.
They are wonderful and original. This is a very beautiful concert that surprised us with originality. It is true that we have very few opportunities to listen to Kazakh musicians. The quality of the performance impressed me the most. I think that the audience is amazed and fascinated by music of the concert program. This is not typical music we listen to in Paris. People have discovered Kazakhstan as well.